Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica, and today I am going to react to Ancient Bards in My Arms official video. The person said it's a great vocalist in a symphonic metal band in Italy, and this is from 2014, so of course it will go to my Erica reacts to music of the 2010s. It was so weird to me because I had like the 90s, the 80s, the 70s, the 60s. Then I was like, ooh, I get to make music of the 2000s. And then I was like, ooh, I have music of the 2020s. And then I was like, it's so interesting. We have the 2010s as well. It's like sometimes I forget that we're in the 2020s decade. And then I have my own little decades to think about, just like people used to think about the 50s and the 60s and the 70s. And now it's like, oh, yes, the 2000s versus the 2010s. All right, so this is the 2010s, just to put it in an era. Just to put it in an era for everybody for context. Okay, let's go. Minor. Piano. That's nice. Oh, a Yamaha Grand. Flutes. Oh, strings. Nice.
As I just pass and fly away, the men keep battling, but in the end nobody cares what I went through. I felt him growing inside of me, felt him moving inside of me, and I wondered, how can I be so in love that someone I don't even see? just try to cope and move on, for I do believe we will meet again, and I'll hold him tight in my arms.
Interesting. So it sounds like, to me, it's so much like a video game song. Like, it just reminds me of Final Fantasy or something, in that okay, remember, Final Fantasy is like this dystopian world that combines both kind of medieval elements with futuristic steampunk elements, right? So Final Fantasy is always like, it's kind of like this Renaissance world, but it's also futuristic and steampunk. And I'd say that's what this music reminds me of, because it's very, it has that old sound to it where you're like, oh, this is Renaissance, or this is classical. Like, this is just how it starts with piano and her style of singing. And then they have the whole choral, all the people singing with it, and you have the orchestra. And that kind of genre, it just lends itself really well to video games, I think, because they always have these like epic sweeping soundtracks. And so it just sounds like something that would accompany a Final Fantasy movie or something like that. I like her voice. I like how she used a lot of different colors and techniques. At the end, she really showed her strong belt, like her upper mixed belt. And it was really strong and powerful and clear. She sings not really in a classical way at all, because she doesn't really use that much vibrato. And she keeps her notes really pure and forward, which I like. She's expressive. And I think it's cool because it's like Italian, so it just has a very different vibe than something that would be produced in America. Just the way that the musicians dress, the clothing, the hairstyles, it's just not American at all. And I really appreciate that too, because like, I don't think we'd see a singer who looks like her in America headlining. She just has this very classic look, like very like 1940s kind of movie star or whatever. She's also very curvy, right? I'd say like in mainstream America, they don't like even though she's not overweight, like, but in America as a singer, she'd be like, oh, she's so voluptuous, you know, like, but I think she's gorgeous, you know what I'm saying? But you wouldn't see that in like, you know, I just was watching the Coachella Sabrina Carpenter, right? Sabrina Carpenter is like so thin, and she's like wearing like nothing, right? I was just watching her Coachella set, pieces of her Coachella set, and Sabrina Carpenter is going for like old movie star, but it's a lot of like crop tops and little tiny mini dresses and lots of like leg showing, and it's like just a very sexualized kind of Marilyn Monroe vibe. And this is a very angelic, almost like she's appropriate for church look, and I think that's nice, because it's, why does everything have to be so sexualized, you know what I mean? So I don't know, I liked it a lot. I think it was fitting of the song and the style. So, and I like that they're called ancient bards, which I think fits into that whole old-timey sound. But yeah, definitely more in line of that European symphonic metal, but I really felt less metal in this and more symphonic, because there was some like electric guitar and stuff, but it had a very, it wasn't like Nightwish. Like Nightwish was like, you know, like Nightwish had a lot heavier on the metal part. And also, but the symphonic was heavy on Nightwish, but this had less of the heavy metal and just had more of a nice mashup between metal and symphonic things. So I liked it a lot. But yeah, that's why I love that we have the internet, because we can just see things from around the world and we can get exposure to different ways of doing things, because we definitely get stuck in our own media, like whatever our countries tell us, like this is what's popular right now, right? And so I think there's nothing more popular, like there's nothing that exemplifies American popular music more than Coachella. Like Coachella is the center of all music festivals in America, and it's the most mainstream And yeah, they have some international acts like Cat's Eye is a K-pop group and they're headlining. But I watched a clip from their performance and they're all wearing little like sexy bra underwear type outfits too. So I'm just saying it's most female singers have to be very sexualized to have mass appeal and have to wear very skimpy outfits and usually have to have conventionally like attractive body, whatever, like whatever's considered like this is the look that is, you know, so that's what it seems to be. So that's why it's so nice to see this where it's not sexualized at all. It's very angelic and not sexualized. She's just wearing like modest clothing that's still flattering, but it's not like, look at me, you know, look at my bare belly, look at my six pack, look at my, you know. So I like that a lot just because we get a lot of that. And this is more about the music and the storytelling and not just about like dancing around on a stage. So yeah, I don't know. I noticed things like that. So yeah, I liked it, and I guess I'll put this on my symphonic metal playlist because it goes most with something like Nightwish, but very different than Nightwish. Like I don't know how to exactly separate them, but like when I heard Nightwish, I didn't say, oh, this belongs in Final Fantasy, the video game. I just was like, whoa, that's crazy. This is like, oh, this should just be a Final Fantasy soundtrack. Like this should be one of those songs that you hear in Final Fantasy. Because I used to watch my brothers play those games a lot, and so that's what I know. Well, cool. I'm really glad that got requested because I would have never heard of an Italian symphonic metal, and she is a great vocalist, and I love the female vocalists in symphonic metal, so it's really cool. All right. Well, thanks for requesting that, and it's marked off my list now, and thanks for tuning in. And I hope people aren't offended by me just like pointing out like the differences between like what I see in America pop music and versus this video. That's all I was doing. I wasn't trying to be like offensive because sometimes people get really upset. I'm like, well, I'm just like noticing things and saying it out loud. And a lot of people are very afraid to share observations. So I'm just sharing observations. That's what I have to do. I'm a reactor. So it's like, I can't just like, oh, I don't see anything. Everything is the same. Everything is generic. It's like, no, there are things to say, you know? So, all right. Well, that was fun.